The cultivation of male sexual energy through semen retention has been practiced for millennia in various spiritual traditions. Tantric, Taoist, and alchemical masters recognize the power contained in seminal fluid and sought to preserve this vital force. Chinese medical texts, over 5,000 years old already, reference techniques to prolong sexual activity without ejaculation. Historical figures such as Nikola Tesla, Steve Jobs, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali practiced semen retention as a way to fuel their vitality and success. In this video, we will illuminate the 7 main stages you can go through when beginning to master semen retention and channel your sexual energy. Understanding this journey map offers keys to unlocking your full evolutionary potential at the biological, psychological, and spiritual levels. Let's begin with the first stage. The essential first step on this path is to make a conscious decision to avoid ejaculation and retain semen during sexual activity. This choice represents a commitment to honor your sexual life force, rather than routinely expelling it through orgasm. This decision challenges modern patterns that view frequent ejaculation as healthy and necessary. However, ancient medical systems like traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda emphasize the vitality present in conserved semen. This essence nourishes not only the physical body with nutrients like vitamins, minerals, proteins, and neurotransmitters, but also the subtle energy body and spiritual development. Taoist masters point to the lower dantian, located below the navel, as the reservoir where condensed sexual energy can be stored. Avoiding the weakening effects of ejaculation allows this center to grow in power. The conscious choice to retain may require willpower at first, but it brings immeasurable rewards to those who prioritize long-term benefits over fleeting and harmful pleasures. If you value this ancient wisdom, like the video and subscribe to the channel now. And let's move on to the second stage. After making the conscious decision to retain your semen, the next challenge is to re-educate years of conditioning based on habitual ejaculation, often reinforced by explicit content, sexual health myths, and the lack of true tantric education. Our modern consumerist society encourages the externalization of sexual energy rather than teaching how to contain and transform it. Breaking this conditioning requires conscious mental training. You need to become aware of physical arousal and learn to recognize the point of no return. Techniques like contracting the pelvic floor muscles help prevent ejaculation. It's also essential to separate the mental impulse for release from the deeper desire for intimate, sustained connection. Various modern studies explore the spiritual and psychological effects of wasting semen through desire without love. Neuroscience shows that ejaculation triggers spikes in dopamine and norepinephrine, activating the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode. In contrast, retention circulates sexual energy internally, promoting relaxation and activating the parasympathetic nervous system, especially through practices like non-climactic tantric masturbation, pelvic floor strengthening exercises, scrotal breathing, and consistent discipline. New neural connections will form, making retention feel natural even during intimacy. In addition, a proper diet and healthy lifestyle habits reinforce this new pattern. Foods rich in zinc, healthy fats, B-complex vitamins, deep sleep, and regular physical exercise strengthen your sexual energy. This stage requires patience and self-compassion, as both the mind and body are being reprogrammed. But with time and effort, retention will not only be possible, it will become natural. This opens the path to deeper stages of the transmutation of your vital energy. Avoiding habitual ejaculation initiates a deep cleansing process, as the excess sexual energy accumulated over years of chronic release begins to be eliminated from the system. This reveals the power of semen as a force of both physical and spiritual purification. During this stage, you may experience symptoms such as headaches, irritability, digestive discomfort, insomnia, and frequent urination. These symptoms occur because the kidneys are eliminating stored toxins, while the body adjusts to a new energetic frequency. In traditional Chinese medicine, Conserved semen is transformed into Jing, the vital essence. Losing semen excessively is seen as a leak of this ancestral force, which, according to ancient teachings, is inherited from the parents and essential for longevity. In Ayurveda, this process is understood through the formation of ojas, the subtle substance that strengthens immunity, nourishes tissues, and promotes mental clarity. By retaining, you accumulate this energetic nectar and initiate a process of regeneration. During this detox phase, it is essential to support the body with purification practices, hydrotherapy, sauna baths, light fasting with natural juices, gentle exercise such as walking or yoga, and a high intake of fruits, vegetables, and leafy greens. These practices help accelerate toxin elimination and ease the return to energetic balance. Despite temporary discomfort, remember that this is part of a profound energetic renewal. The body is shedding residues accumulated from years of energetic loss. Be patient with the process. It is temporary. The inner cleansing is happening, preparing the ground for the great benefits that will emerge in the next stages. After passing through the detoxification phase, semen retention begins to reveal its most evident effects: higher energy levels, consistent motivation, and a strengthened inner drive. This happens because your vital sexual force, rather than being wasted, is conserved and redirected inward. While repeated ejaculation causes hormonal fluctuations that lead to exhaustion, retention allows for the maintenance of hormones such as testosterone, DHEA, dihydroepiandrosterone, and growth hormone. These compounds are essential for physical vitality, mental clarity, emotional stability, and spiritual energy. Texts from traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda confirm that conserving Jung in China and Ojas in India translates into lasting vitality, strengthened mental focus, and a rising spiritual energy. With this new reservoir of vital force, it is time to channel the accumulated energy. Direct it into creative activities like art, writing, or personal projects. Intense physical practices like sports, martial arts, or functional training. And pranayama to circulate and transform sexual energy into life energy. But be mindful, avoid scattering this vitality through excessive digital media consumption, superficial and draining social interactions, or dopamine-based stimuli that only deplete rather than build. This energy is not ordinary. It is sacred and transformative, and it is your responsibility to protect it. Your commitment to retention will begin to ignite an inner fire. You will feel more present, more energized, more whole. Comment below if you believe this rise in vitality is worth the effort of resisting immediate gratification. The answer lies in how you feel when nothing has been wasted and everything has been cultivated. As semen retention continues for weeks or months, a subtle yet powerful transformation begins to unfold. You start to radiate a magnetic presence, an aura that draws attention, respect, and curiosity without saying a single word. This happens because the accumulated seminal energy rises and circulates as a bioelectrical field around the body. This energy, according to texts like the I Ching, is a refined combination of the yin and yang principles, masculine and feminine forces in dynamic balance. This internally generated magnetic field is not psychological. It is a real, subtle force that emanates from your being and is felt by those around you. Especially women will begin to perceive this new frequency intensely. It carries the weight of integrated, centered, and authentic masculinity. But here comes the warning. Do not let your ego inflate from increased female attention. This stage is not about vanity, but about energetic responsibility. Use this magnetism consciously. How speak the truth with courage. Brighten the room with genuine joy. Offer your energy in service to the world. You will notice your voice carries more power. Your gaze becomes deeper. Your presence either calms or inspires, depending on the setting. This strength does not come from the physical body, but from transmuted life force energy. When properly channeled, it can transform environments and inspire others. Establish healthy boundaries around you. Protect your time, your focus, and your energy. Magnetic presence is not an end in itself. It is a tool of conscious impact, and its purpose should never be the pursuit of external validation. Remember, your divine essence is becoming more visible, and with it, your mission becomes clearer. With the consistent practice of semen retention, the stored vital energy begins to overflow and redirect itself toward more subtle levels of consciousness. This surplus of energy activates higher centers in the body, especially the third eye, enhancing intuition, creativity, and spiritual discernment. When sexual energy is circulated internally instead of being dissipated, regions of the brain that were previously dormant begin to activate. Recent studies on neurogenesis reveal that semen contains neuronal growth factors that can stimulate new neural connections and improve brain function when properly conserved and metabolized. Practitioners report increased mental clarity, moments of prophetic insight, frequent synchronicities, deep empathic connections, and a sense of alignment with a higher collective consciousness. Retention provides the raw fuel needed to expand your intuitive capacities. But be mindful, with power comes the need for spiritual discernment. Not every vision or inner sensation is a true calling. Evaluate your perceptions with calm and logic before taking action. Seek guidance from trustworthy spiritual teachers or texts to avoid falling into the traps of inflated ego or illusion. The activation of intuition is a precious gift, but it only fully blooms with humility and pure intent. Learn to listen to the inner silence, to distinguish between desire and wisdom, between projection and revelation. This is the stage where you begin to access a new level of consciousness, one more connected to the essence of life and the higher purpose of your path. After a prolonged period of semen retention, traditionally considered to be at least 100 days, sexual energy undergoes a complete transformation. The semen follows an internal cycle and undergoes a process of purification and refinement, becoming metabolized into a vital essence that permeates your entire being. This is the point where the alchemical transmutation of sexual energy becomes visible. Body, mind, and spirit align as one. You begin to live as a spiritual being embodied, radiating presence, light, and purpose. From this point onward, all your actions carry greater intention, impact, and grace. Your gestures, words, and silences become instruments of elevation, and your energy positively influences those around you. Ancient tantric texts describe this state as the balance between Shiva, the divine masculine principle, and Shakti, the divine feminine principle within the body. Taoist alchemical manuals teach that retained semen becomes purified Jing, which nourishes the body, elevates energy, and awakens the spirit. In Ayurveda, prolonged retention is seen as the reconstruction of supreme ojas, which governs immunity, awareness, vitality, and self-control. It is the manifestation of inner sovereignty. You become more resistant to illness, more emotionally stable, and more aware of your mission. But with that power comes a warning. The greater your energy, the greater your responsibility. This new state demands impeccability in your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Avoid judgment. Avoid the trap of spiritual superiority. Many are still awakening, and your role now is to hold space with compassion. By walking with humility, you become a mirror of living divinity. Many men around the world are quietly seeking this path. That's why you should subscribe to the channel and join this community. Direct your vitality toward creating beauty in the world. Find ways to express your inspiration and magnetism in alignment with your spiritual purpose. You are, in essence, a divine human. Live accordingly and continue maturing in this incarnation with awareness, purpose, and love. The 7 stages we've explored offer a sacred roadmap for mastering semen retention, a path capable of deeply elevating your biology, your mind, and your spirituality. Yes, it is challenging. Yes, it requires discipline, humility, and inner truth. But the fruits of this journey are immense and transformative. The ancient traditions of India and China have known this for millennia. And now, little by little, modern science is beginning to confirm it. Sexual energy, when properly directed, can regenerate, expand, and enlighten. And it all begins with a decision, a conscious choice to awaken your deepest power and live with purpose. But remember, don't rush. This path is not about perfection, but about real progress, one step at a time, with integrity, presence, and emotional maturity. Prioritize the cultivation of sexual energy alongside self-inquiry, self-knowledge, emotional healing, and service. The light you seek has never been outside of you. It has always shone within. If this video touched your heart, subscribe now to the channel. Join this community of conscious men and women who are choosing to evolve with wisdom. Your body is a temple. Your energy is sacred. Write in the comments, "My energy is sacred." If you feel this message resonated with you,